Hello, it's DM, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a brief look at some of the Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content creators and the community at large, and kind of just see where everybody's going and kind of take a look and get an idea of how everybody's branching out a little bit. So if you want to kind of see where all the content creators are going and what everyone is up to, this is going to be a recap video for you. So within 10 minutes, you can just get a general idea of all of the YouTube people and what's up. This is me watching Arnold, who's watching MobileGamer, and this is ArnoLive. He has been live streaming over on Twitch, so if you're wondering what Arnold's up to lately, his channel's standard, although he does have a second one called Arnold 211 Gaming, which is more Marvel Strike Force, and he put some Call of Duty content on there, but he has mostly been live streaming on Twitch. So if you want to see where Arnold's going, I think he's making a play towards being a more mainstream Twitch streamer, which, to be honest, is probably a pretty good move. Once you start to get a decent audience, you really want to try to move towards live streaming. It's just the smartest way to do it. Then you can take clips of your live streams, like highlights, hire an editor, things like that. So I think he's going that way. Very smart move. And also is extremely enjoyable too. Like, interacting with the community is great. And it doesn't require editing or anything. You can just sit down, talk to people. I live stream all the time as well on Twitch. And it's cool to see both him and MobileGamer moving over to the Twitch side of things. So speaking of MobileGamer, since he's in this photo here also, let's go ahead and talk about what MobileGamer's been up to. Now, MobileGamer's been live streaming on YouTube, but he has also been live streaming on Twitch as well under the name MobileGamer365. So if you're looking for him on Twitch, you can find him under that name, and I'll have a description link down there as well. And what he's been streaming is Marvel Strike Force, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and Dragon Champions. However, on the YouTube side of things, he's only been streaming really Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. 3, 2. And as far as what he is streaming on the YouTube, it's Grand Arena. Most people stream Grand Arena. And he does do Dragon Champions videos lately, and he also does Marvel Strike Force, but that's over on his second channel, OMG. So if you're looking for Marvel Strike Force content, you can find him on his second channel there. So MobileGamer's really been staying in his lane to what he normally does, but he has been adding in more Dragon Champions content I've seen, and he did unlock recently the Dragon Champions first legendary event, which was Solus. So if you want to see his video on that, you can go check out and see what the first legendary event is like in Dragon Champions. Okay, so that's MobileGamer. Let's go ahead and move on to CubsFan Han. Okay, so CubsFan Han has been doing kind of a variety of things. I like where he's going. He's been doing both the standard Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content that we all know, but he's also been doing some covering of some other Star Wars related things, like Fallen Order he's been covering. I've also seen him do the Battlefront 2 content, and I've seen him do some Grand Arena live streams, but I don't think he's on the Twitch side of things quite yet. But he also has his second channel he's been working on here as well, like many other people do. And he's been putting up pretty consistent Dragon Champions content on there that's doing fairly well for the second channel. And so if you wish to see kind of another person covering Dragon Champions, you can check out his second channel. And then, of course, his main channel here is has some kind of Star Wars related reaction, impression type of stuff. So if you want to see people talking about, the Rise of Skywalker, or if you're looking for Fallen Order impression, stuff like that, maybe check out his latest content. And that seems to be what he has been up to most lately, as well as the fairly consistent Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content. Now, speaking of somebody who's been kind of focusing on Star Wars related content, let's go talk about my good buddy UrzZz. My good buddy UrzZz has been focusing primarily on getting himself ready for high-quality, premium Star Wars channel-related content, meaning he's been going all out with lights, transitions, intros, stuff like that. He's been working very hard behind the scenes to constantly improve his quality, as he always does. So if you're looking for some high-quality Star Wars, Galaxy of Heroes, as well as all things Star Wars related, he's going to be doing Fallen Order play as well. So if you would like to see that type of content, please give him a sub. He is very, very close to his 10,000 mark. Look, he's at 9.9, and I would love to see him hit the 10,000 mark today. So go give him a sub, guys. I will once again leave a link to his channel in the description for you guys to go give him a sub. And he has a Twitch, but he streams mostly on YouTube. So if you like to see high quality YouTube live streams, that's what your boy's going to be doing there. And then he has the Twitch, which is Twitch TV UrzZz, just like his YouTube name, if you want to check him out on that side of things. Now, as far as videos go, he does do videos too, and he's just been starting back up his video content. So if you could go get him just in time to see his videos coming out. Okay. All right. So that's my buddy UrzZz. Let's go ahead and move on to the next person. Okay, the next person on the list is Mik Mole. He has been in the names lately. Reddit, you've probably seen him a little bit around being popular as he kind of announced his retiring from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in a very emotional video, and he has moved on to playing Dragon Champions. Now, he is doing quite well in Dragon Champions. He's by far the farthest progressed content creator in the game. Is probably the most well-known content creator in the game at the moment for Dragon Champions, and he's been very consistent with putting out content there. So if you are very into Dragon Champions at the moment, he's probably the guy for you, as that seems to be his primary focus at the moment. I do believe his Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes days are behind him at this point. I don't see him streaming on Twitch. I don't believe he has one, but I could be mistaken. And I haven't seen him really doing YouTube live streams, but I think he's sticking mostly to grinding out the videos and high quality kind of in-depth tutorial style videos for Dragon Champions. So that's going to be Mik Mole. Let's move right along. Sir Georgeous, who has been a staple of a long-time Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes community member, came up with some of the most iconic teams, especially in Heroic Tank, is now been doing primarily a live podcast. I've noticed they've been streaming a live podcast, and if you're looking for live podcast type of content, Sir Georgeous typically is very good at long-form speaking. From what I've noticed, he's very good orator, and he's enjoyable to listen to. So I would recommend checking out his live streams. He's a very humble guy, very good Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes player, and I think he's one of the most underrated content creator. I think he's probably not as active as much anymore, which is probably why he doesn't get as much views and as much hype around the channel as I believe he used to. I wasn't around right when he got really, really big, so I'm speaking from what knowledge that I don't have. But I would love to see him make a triumphant return to YouTube, as Sir Georgeous will always have a place in my heart as one of the best content creators. Because when I only had like 100 subs on the channel and I was doing like a podcast, like an hour-long podcast just for fun, he came on the channel and was a guest. And it's always been nice to me. I've talked to him a good deal. And I think Sir Georgeous is absolutely a top-tier content creator. So if you want to check out some still Star Wars Galaxy Heroes content after all this many years, there you go. He's got a live podcast. Go check him out. Okay, moving right along to Warrior. Now, what has Warrior been up to? Warrior has actually been plugging along. He's still doing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes content. He has made recent news in the Reddit due to some him and Team Instinct drama. I'll give you the quick cliff notes. Essentially what happened was he was live streaming and quote-unquote leaked a counter team that was just basically the full CLS Rebels team with Old Ben in it, and that was enough to get him kicked. But I watched the live stream where he explained it, and it all seemed a little ridiculous to me, to be honest. So I'm not really... There's a lot of Team Instinct memes going on Reddit right now. I don't care about the whole thing. I think it's just an interesting drama. So if you think that you're interested in watching some shit talk from people, go watch it. It's the one with 28K views. It's kind of interesting to watch. I like Warrior. For the most part, my interactions with Warrior, he's always been like a nice guy to me. So I tend to stick with what he says. I think he's been pretty reasonable for the most part from what I've seen. If you want to see what content he's been up to, there's not really a lot to talk about because he's still doing the exact same thing he always does, which is just good quality, very consistent content for free-to-play people on the Scissor account, as well as high-tier in-game PvP type of content on his main account. So that's kind of warrior. And he also has some of the most staple guides of all time. So that's where he's from, and he's kind of staying the course. I haven't seen him. Maybe I haven't watched him enough to really know, but I haven't seen him really covering where he's going to go and what he's going to do. I haven't seen him talk that he has a little bit more flexibility now in what videos he's going to make because he's not part of Team Instinct anymore. So you might get some good territory war videos from him in the near future. Give him a sub to find out. Well, we did it. We made it to the end of the video, guys. So that's what all of the people that just popped into my head first that, I mostly think about. That's what they're up to. It's cool to see these guys branch out and kind of hit up the Twitch side things with like mobile and Arno and everything. It's cool to see Cubs and UrzZz staying within really Star Wars and kind of staying true to the Star Wars. It seems to me like there is a split in content creators. I probably fall under the earlier one where it's either you're like just a mobile gamer and you're really looking to be a mobile gamer type of content creator, or you're like a Star Wars content creator and the mobile game was the beginning, the launch of your platform, and now you're kind of staying in Star Wars. So there's definitely thematic differences between the people if they're either a gamer or a Star Wars person, and that kind of is determining where their channel goes, which is interesting because actually this is a perfect segue into a really difficult big announcement I have to make for the channel, and I don't really know how to say it. A free F signed and kill himself.